Hello, this video is going to look at an example of a student portfolio. Now, this student named Gus is one of Kathy Cassidy's first grade students. She teaches first grade in Canada. However, the student portfolio, as you can see by the artwork decorating the header, by the copyright, this is very much made by Gus. So he chooses, for the most part, what gets to go into it. And you can see over here on the side, it shows you starting in September when the school year started all the way up through the end of February when he had his last post. You can show evidence of different things that he's learning. Now, different people, different teachers have different methods for determining what goes in a portfolio. Ms. Cassidy allows the students to choose, at least partially, what things they believe show evidence of their learning, what things they believe they've done well on. And you can see some example topics that he has on the side. There are things ranging from language arts to math to personal interest, and these, looking at the posts from September on through February, show his progression as a student. And we can go through and look. He goes through his different posts. He has different things that he's written or made videos about. She has them do text. For example, with the opposites post here, she lets them take pictures of things that they actually drew or wrote in class to post. And she also allows them to make custom projects online that they can embed from other websites. Like, for example, this is a story he made about subtraction.
Go. Once upon a time there was 10 dinosaurs and 3 got eaten. There was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 were left.
So I think that's an interesting post, because one, it shows where he is with subtraction. So he was able to do it with taking things away and counting. It wasn't something that just happened in his head yet, so that as the teacher or the parent gives you a snapshot of where he is. And as well, you can see that he's probably chose this because it's something that he's interested in. 6-year-old boys often would be interested in something with dinosaurs, so that might be something he'd be more interested in showing than just doing that with lines on a paper or some other method. So it shows both the content area knowledge, and it allows him to get excited about sharing what he's learning. So any student portfolio should show evidence of different content areas in elementary school if one teacher has them for every subject, or in upper grades if you're doing it just, for example, say an English portfolio or a math portfolio. The point is to show progression over time. You can see where the student is in terms of mastery of skills and objectives at any given time. This is another digital portfolio, only on the other end of the spectrum. This is from a college student in Minnesota State University's teacher preparation program. Now, portfolios have been popular in teacher preparation programs for a long time, and now they're starting to propagate to high school, middle school, and elementary schools as well. If we look at her portfolio, she has it broken down into both knowledge and skills. I think this is a great way to organize it, not just for college students, but for any students as well. What skill are you trying to show mastery of? So for each skill, she has evidence of her current understanding of it, her mastery of it. So you can see in this case, it's a form of a lesson that she's written. And I think that's a great model in terms of making portfolios, of having an objective for each artifact that you put in the portfolio. What exactly are you trying to demonstrate through that? And again, you have to take into account the current level of the students. It's much easier for a 8th grader or a senior in high school to explain in the artifact how it reflects mastery of an objective than it would be for a 1st grader, for example. But I think that's a good idea. Each artifact should have a purpose for going in the portfolio.